iOS 17.4 is officially here, and it's packed with a lot of features that are small and some big changes that make iOS even better. Hey everyone, it's Andrew and welcome back to the channel. This seems like a really significant update for iOS, especially with it being a mid-cycle update. I don't think I've ever seen anything quite like it. So really quick, what devices are compatible with this update? Going all the way back to the iPhone XS and newer will be compatible for this update. Let's start with something minor. So once you've downloaded iOS 17 and you get that hello screen, you now have your profile picture on that same screen. Kind of weird though, for me, I've done it on 3 devices and it hasn't worked. So let me know, did it work for you? Did you get it or did you not? I don't know why I can't see it. Apple Music really hasn't changed much, but instead of there being a Listen Now tab, it's actually been changed to a Home tab. To me, it makes a lot of sense, and hopefully this Home tab gets a lot more revamped with iOS 18. Now, that same Home tab has actually also been brought to Apple Podcasts. It's the same as Apple Music, and again, a nice welcome change. But that's not the only thing that's new in Apple Podcasts. There's a new section for viewing a podcast episode's entire transcription, which is nice for people that have hearing impairments. If they need to read an episode rather than being able to listen, that's pretty cool. And if you want to follow along with the transcripts on while you're listening to the episode, all you have to do is tap on this button and it will actually actively go with the episode that you're listening to. And you can search for keywords. So like if I search something simple like car, I can actually get to exactly where I want in the episode or whatever I want to see that I'm searching for. I think this is a really cool addition, and shout out to Primary Technology, a really good tech podcast you should listen to. One of the biggest changes I think ever in iOS is going to be sideloading that is coming to iOS 17.4. Now, I can't really show you anything because I don't live in the EU, and this change only affects iPhone users in the European Union. But with iOS 17.4, there's going to be support for alternative app stores. Essentially, those users will be able to use the Play Store on their iPhone and access that app store. There's a lot of risk with this, but it's definitely cool, and it's actually something I hope we see come to the whole world. In the Wallet app, you can now turn your Apple Cash into a virtual card. All you have to do is go to your wallet, go to Apple Cash, hit the 3-dot button, and there's an option to create a virtual card. When you click on that, the steps are pretty simple, so follow along with that. I don't want to reveal my new card information, but it's really nice because you will be able to use this in Safari and basically use it like a debit card. I don't know if you're like me, I'm really into widgets, and if you go into your widgets, if we go to our widgets, there's an all new clock widget called City Digital. It can be configured to the city of your choosing, but the list is a bit limited. Like I live in Tampa, I can't find it in that list. So using it to have like the weather wouldn't really make sense for me. But if it has your city, it's really useful. It shows the weather. And depending on the time of day that you're using it, it'll be either a light mode or a dark mode. Pretty cool. There's also a ton of new emoji. So you have an emoji with a head shaking yes, a head shaking no, a phoenix, a lime, a mushroom, and breaking chains. Not really crazy emojis, but every time there's new emojis, I like it. There's also 18 new full body emojis that already existed in iOS before, but now instead of pointing just to the left, they also point to the right. A truly groundbreaking feature. All right, let's get into some settings. And to me, the biggest setting, or the one that I think is really cool, is the update to the iPhone's battery health setting. Instead of seeing the battery health percentage, you now see just a status. So it could be normal, or for example, on my iPhone 11, it's telling me to have service done. There's also new insights and suggestions. If I tap on battery health and I want to see the battery health percentage, I can see it there. And with the iPhone 15 series, there's actually a little bit extra that you can see as well. I can also see the cycle count because I have an iPhone 15 Pro Max. This is what it looks like for my 11. And this is what it looks like for my 13 Pro. I can see details like the manufacturing date and when I first used the device. There's also been a slight update to stolen device protection. There's been a slight update that lets you enforce a delay at all locations, whether it's in an unfamiliar area or somewhere like your home. And that delay will last for 1 hour. You can use this to interact with businesses, including making payments using Apple Pay, And these messages have a gray background to distinguish them between iMessage and SMS. There's a new section called Messaging with Siri. If I go to Siri and search, there's Messaging with Siri, and I have the setup there. And really now Siri supports several languages that she will respond to the message that you receive in that language that you specify. And it's not only one language, so like it's not just the top language that you choose, it's any language that you have in there. So if I choose Portuguese and Italian, that message will be read back to me in those languages. iOS 17.4 supports next-gen CarPlay. According to Mac Rumors, this will bring new apps for tire pressure, electric vehicle charging status, and climate control, and there's a lot more coming. And one last thing, Apple is bringing some new security updates to iMessage, and it's called PQ3, but essentially what it's going to do is it's going to prevent quantum attacks in the future. It sounds like some crazy spy stuff, and I'm gonna be honest, I don't understand it. I don't know what Apple is doing to do this, but basically they're preventing future attacks by future-proofing iMessage now. So that's pretty cool, and that wraps it up for iOS 17.4. Let me know in the comments what your favorite feature is. As always guys, thanks for watching, God bless, and I will see you on the next video.